Hey everyone, welcome to Funnels and Follow-Up, the couch edition.
The couch edition. The couch edition from the beautiful Luxor Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada, where we're having a view right. Oh yeah, no, that's not the show. That's not, we have a view out the window.
Wrong podcast.
Wrong podcast.
Yeah, that's the travel podcast.
That's the travel podcast that we keep saying we're going to do, and we never do. And then we watch other people's travel podcasts. So we are here with Toni Kaufman. So we don't even have her in a green room.
Just here we are. We're all here.
So, Toni, you have danced with princes, dined with presidents,
and now you're sitting here with us.
And now you're sitting here with two schmucks.
Isn't there a movie called Dinner with No?
Yes.
Dinner with the Schmucks.
Dinner with the Schmucks.
Hi guys. Yeah.
So, tell our audience about that. We know the story. Tell our audience about that.
Well, in my previous life, I had an IT company, and I was considered a Microsoft technical evangelist. So I did a lot of work for Microsoft as a consultant, and I owned my own company, and it was called I had two: the Computer Help Desk, and then MSU, which is Micro Support Unlimited. And it was about a $3 million corporation, and this is one of the reasons that one of my talks is always, you never know who's watching, right? Is because we were this is what I tell all my speakers and coaches, just be a servant mentality. Okay. Know that whatever you're doing, you're going to be doing it because you want to officially add service and support to your clients, because you never know who's watching. And as a result of us wanting to make sure we had the best training, the best help desk, the best possible customer service out there.
Who was watching?
There was quite a few folks apparently watching, and the CTO of the corporation took me out to lunch one day and said, and he was a big man, and his name was Alberto Goudet, and he had this really deep, wonderful voice, and he goes, "Toni," and I said, "Yes. How would you like to teach the President of the United States computers?" And I'm like, "Yeah, right." And then you wake up. And I really thought he was joking.
Right.
Because we had that, we were friends. And I thought, and I went through a whole lunch. And in the back of my mind, the little good angels here and the little bad angels here. And they're going, "Ask him if it's real." So I'm saying, okay. I said, "Alberto, listen, I would be absolutely honored to, if what you're telling me is for real."
Yeah.
And sure enough, I was appointed to head the transition team to bring President Bush home. It's President HW, number 41. So we brought him home. I believe it was 84 when Clinton got elected.
Right.
84.
Okay, 84. Yes. Okay. So it's been a while, and I had the clearance, and then of course I had the which is a whole other story, but we'll talk about that later. But I really had the privilege, and it's so funny because while you're in that situation, your main goal is just to, again, provide service, because you never know who's watching. And so we took care of them, and I was very, very proud of that. And I guess what I'm saying is, while you're doing it, you're so heads down, doing stuff the right way, that you don't remember that you're really in this fairy tale.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So from there, I know you have. She's a television producer. We're going to be talking about videos today. We're going to be talking about how videos are part of your funnel. How huge
part of your funnel.
Yeah.
Should we do Wayne's World?
I'm not used to being on only a third of the screen.
A third of the screen. That's all you're allowed, is 1/3 of the screen. So we're going to be talking about that. So, all right. So she consultant to H.W. Bush. She has clearance. If you don't see our next show, it's because things that she told us on this show, she told us, and then she had to dispose of us.
And there are all these new hotels being built here in Vegas, so we will be in the foundation.
Yeah, we will be in the foundation, just like Jimmy Hoffa.
I neither confirm nor deny.
I neither confirm nor deny. But you did, and this is the video part. This is the get you on television part. This is part of your funnel, and so why talk to Toni about this?
Catherine, why should we talk to Toni about this?
Well, let's see. She worked on Family Feud. She worked among others. And tell us some of the others that you worked on. Family Feud.
I had the honor of producing the Latin Grammys, the Texas Music Awards. There was an award show in Spanish called Premios, which was basically Texas Music Awards. And then I've had the just the fun of working casting in a casting director role for American Idol, which the Spanish version is called Objetivo Fama, Objective Fame. Same show. We do it in English or Spanish. So see, Fremantle Media has all these games, just hundreds of them, and whatever they play in America, they also play them in Latin America. They also play them in Europe and Egypt.
Huge audience.
Yeah, Germany. Yeah, so
huge audience.
So they're not translated. They're actually produced in that language in that country.
With the cultural differences, with the those small differences, right? Because what was the name of the show again?
Objective Fame, Objetivo Fama.
Objetivo Fama, which Objective Fame is
American
different.
Idol.
American Idol, totally different name, but that's the name that attracts that group.
Exactly.
So,
well, a Family Feud in Spanish was "Que dice la gente?" It's what people say.
What people say. So a different culture.
In
you're gonna
some
have
cultures is I'm going to kill you.
That's
right.
I kill you.
I kill you. Exactly.
P.S. Never do a show in a white shirt with a white background. and Toni will get to me for that, but I didn't know what the room looked like, so there you have it. So we're going to be talking about summits.
Okay.
Toni does a lot of things with getting you out there, getting you famous. What else?
Well, it's like you said, getting you out the online summits. Let's be specific. We're talking online summits, which is really popular right now.
Yeah.
That seems to be the name of the game for getting your business in the face of new people.
Well, and more important, getting you. Because 90% of the game in any entrepreneurship is calling attention to the business.
Right.
In our world of speakers, authors, healers, coaches, we are the business.
Yes.
Very true.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I always profess the separation of church and state, but yeah. So I mean, I shouldn't say you are your business, but basically you're the face of it.
Well, here's what we talk about a lot is branding, and when we're dealing with our clients, and our clients are the small business owner, speaker, coaches, authors, healers, all those people. Branding is more than your logo. It is how you act, what you say, what you do. You are your brand. You are your business. So when I say put your business in front of people, you're absolutely right, Toni. It is putting you out there.
Especially for our markets.
Right.
And so in our world, basically, the fastest path, what I have always found, ever since I started my very first TV show, the fastest path to authority, to become the go-to expert, to be seen as that credible person with credentials, and don't get me wrong, I don't need 15 letters behind your name to know that you're credentialed.
Yeah.
I need to know that you can handle something like what we're doing right now.
Okay.
And so there's so much potential to get people to become hosts of their own summits. And there are 100. I always get asked this is well, what do you think I should do a summit about? There are hundreds, if not thousands, of topics for you to do a summit on.
Okay, so we've got all these different topics. You want to do a summit, please do a summit about something you know a little something about.
Yeah. Okay, you don't want to make this up as you go along.
Don't pull poop out of your behind if you're doing a summit.
That's our job.
So the question is, Toni, why am I doing a summit? I get why I'm doing this podcast. I get why I'm here, because it's promoting me. And I get why I'm talking to you, because it's promoting what I do. We make sure that our guests are going to be somebody who is, in the funnel that we want to take our clients to. I get that. Now I'm doing a summit. Now I'm, I got this person, that person, the other person. Why?
3 very good answers. Number 1, your list. Where's your list right now? Do you have 30 people on it or 30,000 people on it? If you're in any kind of business, you need a list, you need a following, you need people to want to hear from you.
Amen.
Okay. So the fastest way to do it, let's say that I decide to do a summit on pet care.
Okay.
All right. You're a vet. You're a vet surgeon. Okay. I would have you both speaking on my show, right?
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay. So just the fact that I can get two people with your credentials, with your background, with your expertise, and with your knowledge makes me the host of bringing all these authorities in. So that sets me up as the authority above the authorities. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
I want you to notice something.
yeah.
Yes, did you? I'm the authority.
As well you should. As well you should. Take a cue from Toni. Make yourself the authority. Go forward.
She's the expert.
She's the expert.
Well, and there's a few things. I mean, there's a lot of companies that do summits out there.
Absolutely.
What makes me different is that, number one, I mean, seriously, I can do an entire makeover session with my host, which I've done.
Okay.
With my host, because they may not have the right lighting, or they have the wrong makeup, or they don't have it on applied correctly.
Right.
Or instead of emphasizing your cherry cheeks on camera, you should emphasize your contours on camera. And so we try to get your nose straighter by doing the right highlighting. And I mean, there's just things that make it important for you to be seen.
And then there's the
as
things
the
you do
star.
for the women.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So like right now.
Let us be clear about this. We're in a hotel room in the Luxor in Vegas. We were not planning on being here for the lighting and for the.
Yeah.
So everything Tony's saying is when you're doing pre-planned, pre-produced production.
Sure.
Not just, hey, this is the spot that we have available.
Yeah.
Right.
So keep that in mind, because my nose is crooked, my nose is big. Tony has done nothing about this.
Nope. And I've got,
I don't have my makeup kit with me.
We've got literally people and so one done is better than none. Something done is better than none. And this show today is absolute proof of that. We took a lamp that was in this room. We put it on an ironing board that was in this room. We rearranged the furniture. So whatever it is that you're doing, done is better than none. And when you're doing something very high tech, like a summit, you want Toni to be there to do your makeup, to do the background. A summit takes, how long does a summit take to plan?
I would love to say 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We've done some, believe it or not, we've done some in as little as 3 days.
That's insane.
Which is it is insane. And we've done the pre-recordings to finished in 7 days, which was I'll never do again. I promise my team, or they will send people. I'll be on the foundation of the next Luxor over here, but I promise my team we'll never doing that again. This was an emergency for a client that had to have a deliverable.
Okay.
And sometimes that's part of what we do. We just bend over backwards because
we do.
That's what we're about, right?
That's who we are.
But if I had my Christmas wish list, I'd say 5 weeks for planning and marketing it and promoting it.
Okay.
And I didn't finish that story about the list.
Yeah.
Okay. The list grows exponentially because let's say that we do a 3-day, 5 speakers a day. That's 15 speakers, right?
Okay.
15 interviews. That's 15 different lists that are going to promote you.
Beautiful.
And them. Okay. Then when the interviews come out and the recordings come out, you promote it again.
Right.
And then the name of our program is Summit to TV. There's a reason for that, because as you get through what I call step 1 is the deliverables. It's where you're going to put your things, where we're going to record it, where we're going to do it, what we're going to do, and how many days, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And by the way, on each day, the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth position of those speakers also is cast by me as a professional, because I know the order by which you're supposed to host your guests so that people feel like they want to stay with you, listen for the next one, and finish it up.
All right. So there's a difference between asking the veterinary surgeon and the vet to speak, or the vet and then the veterinary surgeon. There's a difference.
There's a difference. And this is what I learned from doing, international casting on very successful shows. The number one position, it should always be what we call the wallet opener. The person who just soothes and schmoozes and brings everybody in and says, you know what, you really need to upgrade to a VIP, because right now you can watch it live for free, but tomorrow, once it's gone, you're not going to be able to get the recordings or the gifts or the attendees or all of the fun stuff that people bring as
Right.
part of their list.
FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah,
Missing out.
exactly. Well, and it's perfect because
Yeah.
there is so. I mean, we hosted a summit not less than 2 months ago. That
Mhm.
I mean, literally, there was like $47,000 worth of goods given away as
Give it away
VIPs.
free.
Yeah, we had 21 people come in.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I want to switch gears here for a little bit because there's a lot of people that don't want to be in front of the camera. They're afraid to get on the camera. What do you say to those people that, because we all know video is so important. What do you say to somebody that doesn't want to get in front of a camera?
The best thing to do, and I do this at all these events when we go film events. The best thing to do is if you have the fear of speaking into a camera and or looking as goofy as I look right now without makeup
Or
and all that
Catherine with
of,
moving the light around to change the
Yeah.
shadows.
But if I had if you're in any way nervous about that, all you've got to do is become the host and interview someone. And by the way, part of our interview or pre-production planning
Right.
is we have people tell us, give me the 5 questions that the host needs to ask you in that order so that you can present to to the best of your ability and hopefully get some closure and that kind of thing. And so those 5 questions are delivered to you in your hand before you ever.
And then there you
Yeah,
there you
and
have
there
the,
they are.
wait, and there you have the questions. This
So-
is what we did with Toni.
So
beforehand.
host,
Okay.
it's that easy. I mean, if you can read a question every 15 minutes or 10 or 15 minutes, you can be a host. It's just that way. You're just talking to someone who's asking you questions, and you get to be the one to ask the questions.
All right. So we're building lists. That's one reason why I do a summit. Why else do I want to do a summit?
Well, the fortunes and the follow-up, obviously, but you're building the list, but at the same time, you're now adding new clients because if they upgrade to a VIP,
Mhm.
it's a $99 wallet opener
Okay.
that gives them access to your wonderful online summit or online conference and all the speakers and all the gifts and you have their information because they just finished buying from you.
Okay. You've got the information. You've
Right.
got
And
that.
now they've known you, liked you, and trusted you so much that they're willing to
Huge.
give you $97 right now.
Huge. Okay.
Okay.
So Barry, you want to explain a wallet opener? Because I'm doing all the talking here, and quite
Well-
honestly, I'm getting tired of it.
You're getting tired of talking. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a day to remember in history.
Hey, I'm sitting between you guys. I'm in
Okay,
trouble now.
That's it. So tell.
Okay,
Because
so-
we said wallet opener. A few
Yeah.
times.
So the wallet opener is when you're putting on any sort of event, whenever there's going to be some sort of paid offer in there, you want somebody who's going to be doing an offer that's low end, a low barrier
Cost.
to entry. That's it.
Yeah.
Lower cost, basically $100 or less.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good number because it's easy for somebody to pay. They can put it on their debit card, their credit card. It's real easy. There's no pain involved. What that does, and this is behind the curtain stuff, what that does, it makes your audience feel more comfortable buying something. So
Right.
later when larger offers come, whether it's on the summit or whether it's once they're into your funnel, it's easier on them because they've already spent money with you.
Right. And they trusted you that much. So,
Absolutely.
and we have to
Absolutely.
honor that, right?
Yeah.
So position number 1 is wallet opener to
Right.
end the conversation. Position number 2 is your it's the best in class.
Okay.
Okay. Whoever is if you got Oprah to be on your show, she'd be number 2.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Not number 1.
Second day, number 2.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
also a theory behind the days.
Okay.
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 So your best in class tools and resources, your stars, the people that you really wanted. Tony Robbins came in, that's where you would put him.
Okay.
Okay. So the third position is actually the business of the business.
Okay.
Okay, that's where you'd have your CPAs, your credit people, your financial people, your estate planning people. That would be the business of the business.
Got it.
Okay, and then of course that's the number 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
And then the 5th, of course, is actually no, we're number 4.
We're number 4,
yeah,
right.
Number
yeah.
4 is your comedic entertainment. Whoever is going, I mean, Jay Facette's perfect for that.
Sure.
But, whoever's going to make them laugh, roll around, be excited. Jane does the same thing
Yeah.
too. I
So
just
now
love
let's be
her
clear.
energy.
We're not talking about the jackass clown. We're talking about, that's me. Yeah, that's me. You just don't want me anywhere. We're talking about the one that's going to make people smile, make them
Yeah.
laugh, entertain them
Yeah.
in an educational way.
Right.
It's
huge.
it's endearing.
It's
Yeah,
endearing.
Okay, it's
absolutely.
endearing. And so now they're ready to hit your last speaker, which
Okay.
should be someone that you recommend. It could be one of your affiliates. It could be something that fits in the theme. I mean, you could have, for example, if we were doing the pet care, you would have somebody who was like the head of operations at Petco or something.
Beautiful,
Okay.
beautiful. Somebody
Yeah.
that you're recommending.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've told us all this stuff, why I should have a summit. You have given everyone out there, the formula. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, why you're looking for this. What do I need you for? What is
Oh, you don't.
Okay. Next question.
I mean, I personally can rattle maybe 4 names of people who are doing summits, and
But not even who else is going to do a summit.
I mean creating them,
Can-
producing
can-
them.
what
Can
I
I
want-
do them myself?
Self,
That's the thing. Should I do them myself? Can I do? I think your answer is yes, you can absolutely do it yourself. And our answer is it yours to do?
Right. As before I let Toni answer, we have the TEDs, your talent, experience, desires, and skills, trademark. We're always asking you, no matter what our conversation, we're always asking you, is this yours to do in the business? And so I'm going to ask Toni, yeah, I can do it myself. Should I do it myself? Should I hire a professional? Why?
Well, obviously, my answer is going to be hire a professional, but I do know a lot of people that have done it themselves, and I've seen the quality of their recordings, and I've
Okay.
seen the quality of their work. And it's so funny, the majority of them have always come back and said, oh my God, why didn't I hire a producer, or why didn't I get some help, or why didn't I get a VA, or something to help, because it's hourly intensive, it's labor intensive. You've got to have the focus. It makes you feel so good when every day you're getting the form filled out of like your speaker guest list, who we've gotten, all the production associated
Right.
with it, all the invitations. I mean, we have one giant production guide where basically you have from their headshot to the questions they want to ask. And I have to tell you, I have a young woman in Houston named Nikki Brown.
Nikki.
Yeah,
Hi,
Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
She has just excelled at being your producer for
Right.
your summit.
Yes.
And I've even had my own clients come back and say, man, she's come a long way.
Mm.
And I'm very proud of her. She has worked her butt off in the last couple of days, because we're actually shooting a show right now. We're
Okay.
recording one back over in Houston.
Other than this one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the important one.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean that it's a full production. It's a full summit. It's a
full
3-day
summit.
summit. So we're pre-recording people
Okay.
5 days before the event.
Okay.
Okay, so that all of the recordings are there, all of the guests are there. You don't have to worry about being live and somebody not showing up, because we've already got it pre-recorded.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
You-
Yeah.
Because we've had people had to cancel at the last minute
Sure.
on us because we're live now.
Yeah.
We're live.
For those that are watching us live on Facebook and YouTube,
Yeah, if I pinch them, it's real.
ow. So yeah, somebody doesn't show up, you're screwed. You've got to move things around, shuffle people, and people that were expecting to be in one slot now have to get moved to another. You don't want that.
No.
You want to have it all planned, all ready to go.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So then the next step is, okay, I've got 15 interviews. What do I do with them now? And then we talked about repurposing your video.
Right. I was
correct?
gonna say I got these. I do the summit. Somebody buys the summit. And that's the thing. And you guys, everybody out there who's watching this, you've seen it. You've gotten the email. Please watch the summit. And then you've gotten the email. Go ahead and buy the summit, because we're doing the summit once. And then if you want to keep this information, like a class, whatever, if you want to keep this information, pay $97, $99, $197, whatever it is, whatever the amount is, and you get to keep the files. Okay, so we've got that. That's repurposing.
That sure is. But I'm
What
looking
else?
for something bigger.
Okay, what
Because
else?
of my background, distribution is the name of the game. So the 3 things you're going to talk about in the summit is your deliverables,
Okay.
which is your forms, your fillers, your swipe, what we call swipe copy, which is basically a sample email that every one of our speakers can send to their list.
Right. Makes
Okay.
it easier on your people.
Right. And so all of that's done deliverable, including the VIP and the gifts and the URLs and all that kind of baloney that comes with it. And then you create the membership area for people go where they pay their $97. That is solo, and it's locked down, because
Right.
only VIPs can get there. That's deliverable. Then comes production, pre-production, production, post-production. Now we're in post-production. We've already finished your 15 interviews. Now we're going to fix them up a little bit. We're going to create what I call a bumper or a donut, which is the intro and the outro.
Okay.
Okay. So that now every episode is being cleaned and branded with the name of your logo and the video or the music that goes with that.
Got it.
So these interviews have now become episodes. And these episodes will, within 90 days, be on your TV channel, on your TV show, and where we can put as many interviews as you want. But just think about it. Every Monday, we will have a drip campaign. That means one at a time.
One at a time, yeah.
That will be going up to the entrepreneursnetwork.tv, which is ETVN or Netflix for business, basically.
Okay.
And so you will have a show every week for 50, talk about repurposing your video.
Yeah.
Every week for 15 weeks. We also are creating a little TV guide for all of our clients that have done summits, where we'll explain who's guest you'll have on.
Right.
Okay. Or what they're going to talk about. So, this week on funnels and follow-up, you will have, blah, blah, blah. And this is what they're going to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're in a group of about 8 different clients of mine that we're doing that for every Monday for 15 weeks.
What's really cool about that is 15 weeks. That's a TV season, isn't
Yep,
it?
it sure is.
So guess what happens when you're done with those 15 weeks? You do it all over again.
That's
you get
right.
new people into your summit.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And hopefully you're building your business and your brand because your list has grown. I mean, I've seen 3x to 10x, on the size
Sure.
of your list from one summit. I've seen, I haven't, sometimes there's a lot of people that buy the $99 or $97 upgrades.
Okay.
And sometimes there's not, depending on how much time and how the speakers reacted and sent out their list and promoted for you as
Right.
well.
So you want good people.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you help the person who's putting on the summit. You're going to help them figure out who good people are versus not
Yeah.
great people. And it's I'm going to say it's not the
It's not the quality of their content or what they do. It's, are they going to perform? Are they going to
Yes.
send to their list?
Yes.
Because that's the important thing, because
Yeah.
they send to their list. It helps everybody else out in the summit. So if they're helping everybody else out in the summit, everybody in the summit is helping them.
Well, and what's really interesting is that I have a tendency to place the speakers as the guests
right.
in 3 levels. So one of them is JV ready to affiliate, ready to send you some. They have a course or a program or a
Okay.
live event that they're going to give you 2 free tickets.
Okay.
I mean, imagine New Media Summit. That's a $5,000 ticket.
Yeah.
Right?
So they're
Yeah.
ready to give you 2 $5,000 tickets to go to this
$10,000.
event.
Yeah.
Right. If you get him as a speaker. So, I mean, there's some really good stuff out there. So we just need to make sure that it gets worked correctly. Now, if I turn it around from audience, now we're back over to guests.
Mm-hmm.
The perfect guest will have, a VIP gift, an attendee gift, the URL already made up, or, everything's in place now.
Puzzle
So
pieces,
so that you can promote you, because people always want to know, well, how do I make money off a summit?
Right.
You make money because you're promoting speakers who have offers,
Right.
and you're being cut in as an affiliate or a joint venture, right?
Perfect.
So it's a double monetization, but more important, we've got to get it out to the public, who is our audience, who needs
Yeah.
our services.
Yeah.
Right. And that I want to make sure we're clear on this also. It's not all about the affiliates and the JVs. It's about servicing and supporting the viewers, the people that are coming to it.
Yeah.
It's not just putting garbage out there just to
No.
get people to come and you do JVs. No, you want to make sure what you have is of value
Right.
Always.
and of value to the market that
Yes.
this summit that this summit's targeted to.
Right. So that's the top, and that's our favorite kind of speaker to get.
Okay.
Then at the very bottom, there's the first timers, the speakers that are, for example, I've had a couple of PhDs that are excellent at what they do, but they don't want anybody really contacting them. And and they were just there
Don't
to
call me.
perform a service. Yeah, it was
Don't
like,
call me.
oh no, this is what I'm giving you for free. And on
Okay.
the very bottom, so to me, anyone who does that is really wasting their 30 minutes or their 40
Oh,
minutes,
yeah.
because if
Absolutely.
they have nothing to offer, other than just what they want to talk about,
Right.
I mean, maybe that's the attendee gift. You know,
Okay.
you could turn that into an intended gift, but we have to massage this.
Okay.
Now, the ones in the middle are the ones that I find most often are people who have courses or programs or a product or a widget. Okay, and that's your secondary level kind of guess.
Right. Okay.
But they have a website, you know, but they have no funnels or they have no. So all they ever want to give is, I just want to give away, you know, 40 minutes free with me if somebody will call me and make an appointment. Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
that's like.
But we got a surprise for you.
Warning.
Tony's going to do that for you today.
A little bit. No, if you're giving away your time,
Yeah.
have an end goal in mind.
Yeah.
But okay, so so now it's a giant puzzle. The summit is a giant puzzle. Yes, you can do it yourself. No, you don't want to do it yourself because it absolutely is not yours to do.
Right.
Is what I'm gonna is my take on it.
I've seen people offering to do a summit for you for, you know, $497, and they send you all of these ready-made books so that you can do it yourself, basically.
Okay.
I've seen people offering the done for you summit package for $25 to $3,000.
Okay.
Which is pretty normal. It's a good startup price.
It's a good startup price.
And then I've seen people who want everything done for them. I mean, including the 5 weeks, and then the 3 weeks, and then a higher level of editing of their show, and that runs anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000.
Okay.
But
So
you got to remember that's 15 weeks worth of you having content and a content manager for your social media after you do the summit. So it's a full-time commitment.
It's a full-time commitment.
Yeah.
So here's
on our part. Yeah.
So here's the deal. Likely for the $497, for the $495, don't do it. Don't do it yourself because there's too much work to be done. What you want to do is start a light summit. I'm going to say start a light summit and build yourself up from there. But it is certainly a next step. It's certainly something to do. It's certainly a next step. I would say it makes your funnel that much better.
Oh, absolutely. It starts filling your funnel because the people that are watching you on the summit are seeing who you are, what you do. So it's the right people coming into your funnel. They're going to self-select out if they don't like what you have to say.
Yep. And here's a question. So I can't quite afford to do a summit yet. I can't. I don't. Should I be on a summit?
Oh, absolutely. Start building up.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, name of the game is, you know, lead magnets and list growth. You know, get your leads.
Get your leads, get your list.
And I think being on a summit, not running one yourself, I think you should be on one first before you actually do one yourself, because you want to see what it's all about.
That's true.
You know, make sure this is for you, that you want to commit that time to put one on, because it is a lot of time, even having somebody doing it for you.
Even with.
So even with, because you still have to do all those interviews.
Right.
You still have to make all those videos. Imagine having to do it all yourself.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
It is. I mean, you're committing a lot of time. If you're committing that much time to creating a summit, you can't support your current clients. You can't bring new clients in. So you're losing money by trying to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Well, and this is this is a very common situation with entrepreneurs, because they feel like you just felt.
Yeah.
You know, gee, I don't know if I've got $2,500, much less 10,000. Let me see how this would work. And then that's where the work that you do with your host or with your production company, that's where that comes in. Because, okay, so let's say you can't do the 10, but you can do the 7, and you can do the 7 in payments. And then I need a little down payment. Can you help me make the, and yes, that's workable with,
absolutely.
I mean, almost everybody that I know will work something out with you.
Okay.
Because, that I do need to let people know that for 2020, we are only going to be doing 2 summits per month. And so basically, and if they want to do the 2 summits a year, one every 6 months,
right?
Okay, that's all included in the same package.
Okay.
The same price.
Okay.
So that's one idea. The other idea was that, I mean, basically, let's just have a conversation, because a lot of times, I mean, we just had this wonderful woman who's a serviceman, a veteran. Oh, she's going to be a veteran. She's getting ready to retire out of the service, but she had her idea, she had her friends, she had her people. I mean, she laid it out so incredibly well.
Right.
You know, everybody she wanted, and she was like on them all the time, either on them or on us.
Yeah.
But
but that's what you're going to have to do, guys.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to have to do.
She was on the phone. I mean, as much as our producer was
Okay.
for her, if not more,
Okay.
at the beginning, because she just wanted to make sure it was done right. And that doesn't bother me. I mean, if that's your level of project management and that's what you need from our team, we make our team work for you. So, because you're the client. So that now that I'm only doing basically 2 clients a month, we have the time and the bandwidth, and nobody will be scurrying like crazy squirrels, you know.
Right. So last question. Here we are. We've done this video, this podcast.
And by the way, we're adorable.
We're adorable.
All 3 of us.
All 3 of us are adorable. We've done you out there in podcast, live, YouTube, Facebook land, have done videos.
It's a weird place.
I know. What do I do with them? I'm not quite ready for a summit. I'm not. What do I do? What do I do with these videos?
Name of the game is repurpose.
Okay.
Repurpose. You own the content for your. We don't own that. You own the content, and even on ETVN, you still own your content. All right, so
that's huge.
That was huge. Very huge.
Yeah.
And on top of that, here's the way I like to think about it. Let's say that you're in the process, and I use something that I'm doing as an example. Okay, so for folks who become our clients, we talked about doing makeovers and things like that. So imagine that I've done 20 clients, and I've done, how to do the contours, how to do the highlights, how to do the eyes, and let's say I want to do a 6-week training course.
Okay.
Down the road. So now I've got multiple clients that I've done makeovers for. Now I've got multiple types of eyes, noses, cheeks, hair, right? Outfits. So I can take those videos and just cut eyes, lips, nose, whatever it is that we're talking about. And let's say that I want to repurpose all that video to show 6 ways to do different eye shapes.
Beautiful.
I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer, but that's what I'm thinking. Now, for you who are out there that are entrepreneurs, speakers, coaches, authors, healers, then you probably want to do like say Barry's tips, or Catherine's something
smart ass remarks.
They are so married. I love it.
I have them.
Okay, there you go. Catherine's SA remarks. Okay. So
Wisecracker.
Oh, I love that name. The Wisecracker. Love it. Okay, so see, sometimes these little marketing jewels come up. So we would then take, and repurpose what you've done.
All right.
Okay, for a summit. Now, you may have a bunch of other, just like this video here.
Yeah.
You may have a lot of other video that maybe you're trying to create a course, and we follow the same format on every show.
All right.
Okay, so for example, on the World Class Mentor show, we honor you and what you've accomplished for the first 10-15 minutes. Then we spend 15 minutes honoring your mentors, who they were, your grandmother, your grandfather, your mom.
Oh, that's nice.
We honor them by name, and then we explain exactly what they did that impacted or changed your life. Cool. Because so many baby boomers right now are struggling to find out how to mentor. That I'm hoping that this is kind of a footprint. And then the last 10 minutes of the show, we do a legacy. What are you doing to pay it forward? And so that's my formula for that show. Okay. So what I'm saying there is that every show has its own formula. You have one here.
Sure.
Right.
So you can repurpose some of these formulas, some of these tips, the little gold, the nuggets that pop out of all these interviews, and do a quick, what I call an intro video. Okay. So let's say we have music playing, and then we have Catherine doing, 1 snippet, 2 snippets, 3 snippets, and in between there, people laughing and people cheering and people clapping, and you're running up on stage. You just got an intro video.
Perfect.
Okay. It's different from a sizzle reel.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
A sizzle reel basically is you creating the excitement that's going to make people stand up and clap when you get on the stage.
Perfect.
Okay. Again, that could be taken out of maybe some live shots. Maybe you've had people actually film you while you were on the stage.
Okay.
Grab me some of those, because that's a sizzle reel.
So it's more than just summits.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you have that's out there on YouTube, everything that you've done that's on Facebook, everything that's on your C drive in your computer, Toni can do magic with it. It's probably the bottom line. Toni can do magic with it.
I agree.
And,
Okay.
and you know, all of a sudden my lizard brain comes out and says, well, let's see how good it is. Make sure we can see your face. It's not too dark.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
well,
Not
and
like
of course
this.
it's not going to be 4K. So we all know that we have some limitations, but you know what? I've seen plenty of documentaries where they were talking about Abraham Lincoln and they had nothing but some grainy photographs, and they did a hell of a job, you know, just piling one and the other, the flashing and all that. We could do that. Now, the third video,
Okay.
and this is probably the most important for you, because almost everybody that I meet in this world is altruistic. We have a movement. We want to create something that's going to outlast us. It's our lives. For example, my movement is, my point of view was that the American dream was dead. Okay, because of the 45 to 48 million baby boomers that have been laid off, fired, and separated from their jobs because we're too expensive and too old.
Okay.
And they're expecting that in the next 6 to 8 years, we're going to hit 68 million baby boomers. There is no infrastructure, social infrastructure in this world at any country that can handle this. So there's an undercurrent that's going to hit America pretty soon, and we don't know how to take care of these folks. Okay. So that's what my movement video is.
Right.
Okay. I call us America's walking wounded, because we've been fired, we've been hurt, we've been separated, we were not promised a golden parachute. Right. You know, everything kind of fell down on us, and only the 1% is ready to handle being laid off at 60 or 57, like I was. Yeah. You know, and at 65, I mean, Social Security ain't good. You can't live off of $1,400 a month. You know,
nobody can.
No. So this is what, that's my movement. Really, okay, is that one. So you might have one for you, something that you're working on. So this is the different types of videos that I just gave you that can be created by repurposing some of the video you've got out there.
So the stuff that you've done, you could do more with it. The stuff that you're going to do with Toni, we'll do even more. Toni has a couple of free offers.
Awesome offers.
Awesome offers.
Tell us what you got for us, Toni. Not for us, for our wonderful viewing audience.
All right. So if we text 474747 and you text the word Toni, I wanted to let you know that this is going to let you do a couple of things. If you're interested in being a guest on the World Class Mentors, I'd love to hear. If you have someone you want to nominate to be on that as a mentor, I would love to hear from you. You can also book a meet and greet with me at this time, and I've got like 7 different types of meetings you can have with me, so that we know they're focused. The one I'd like to offer you specifically is your this is the month where we're planning. Business planning, marketing planning, goal planning, social media planning, promotion planning for your 2020 business. So I would like to, I'd be very proud to offer you guys a mind mapping session where we basically take the 30,000 foot view of your company, identify the fastest path you have to cash so that you can, you know where you're at.
Yeah.
And then take what you want, where you see your company, what you're doing this for. I mean, we left, a 40-hour work week to work 80 hours for ourselves, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Well, we all did.
Right. So if you're going to kill yourself, do it for you, but know what you've got at the end game.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I always tell people, especially when they're doing partnerships, plan the divorce before you ever plan the partnership. Okay. So that way everybody leaves as friends.
Good advice.
And if something ever happens and you don't see eye to eye, you know where your company is going to go and how it's going to be handled.
For the record, Catherine's already planned that. If you don't see me, just start digging around my backyard. Bring a dog with you to sniff around.
Pretty much. That's how it's going.
And I do want to clarify for those that are listening and not viewing, if you're just listening to this, it's text Toni, Toni.
Oh, thank you, Bill.
To 474747.
So Toni, Toni, it's the girl Toni, Toni to 474747. So that's one. That's the freebie. The other one, and you know what? If you're watching us live right now, I'm just going to tell you
the link ain't ready yet.
The link ain't ready yet. Let's, the one thing that people love about Barry and I is that we're so blunt and that we're so honest. The link ain't ready yet, but write it down anyway. And that is cohencoaching.com. We all know how to do that. cohencoaching.com. This time it's /KDDM. KDDM. So cohencoaching.com/KDDM. And Toni has I took notes. So she's got a package worth $27,000 and
$27,000.
It includes a ton of stuff. It includes some courses. It includes.
Why don't you let Toni tell people what's included? So she doesn't have her notes in front of us.
And I don't have it. I don't have my notes either. But basically, there's about 7 bonuses that are just amazing, and some of my own joint venture partners that I know, love, and trust is Iman Agai. And Iman has, and he just bought part of what they call the joint venture inner circle, the JVIC. So he's allowing
part of it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
and he's allowing us to share 1 year's membership for free.
That's invaluable.
Yes, yeah, it's
because we just paid a small fortune for that. Just so you know. Okay. Go on.
We'll be having a conversation later.
All right. Yeah, we are in the right city for this. Anyway, so the other thing is that he is also allowing us to offer one of his new confidence builder courses.
Nice.
And he's got, of course, the course building, the funnel building. I mean, he's got all these wonderful courses, but we're allowed to offer one of the confidence building, which I just finished, by the way. That's what we're here for.
You do seem much more confident now.
And we got to know how to stand and how to tuck your chin and do the we did all kinds of bootylicious stuff in there. And so I really do recommend it. So that's another thing. And then of course the makeover, the complete makeover is offered for the pay in full folks. And so it's and that includes the summit preparation. It's kind of like a hurricane warning book.
Right.
This is the summit preparation planning book. And that has all the templates and the demos and the applications and the things that you need to if you want to try it yourself. But in the meantime, you can learn from us for the first time and then see how involved you want to get for the second time.
So that is cohencoaching.com/KDDM. There is a tremendous discount on that because prior to this show, we took Toni aside and we had a little talk with her. So there will be a tremendous discount. There's all the information is going to be on the website. It's a huge marketing package. It's marketing in a box. It's business in a box. Yeah. So please take a look at that. Consider that, to make the show not evergreen. We're about to start a new year. And if you're watching this show, whenever you're watching it, just think of next week as starting a new year. Tomorrow is a new year for you. Whenever you're looking at this, every day, tomorrow is a new year. Today is a new opportunity. So take a look at that opportunity, and we strongly suggest you move forward with it. Anything else?
No, let's get the hell out of here.
Let's get out of here. Go grab some lunch and hit the road.
Thank you, Toni.
Thank you so much
my
for
pleasure.
letting us recreate your room.
Is today your birthday?
No.
Why? I must have been looking at an old. I kept thinking it was your birthday. I'm sorry.
No, we're still young.
We're still young. So for being with us, thank you guys for hanging out with us. And until next time, bye-bye.
See ya.
Hasta luego.